Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Sunday. Tonight, the U.S. is ramping up pressure on Venezuela. The Trump administration has accused President Nicolas Maduro and his government of trafficking drugs into this country. Since September, the administration has conducted airstrikes on dozens of suspected drug boats in the waters off the coast of Venezuela. And it is believed more than 100 people on those boats have been killed. Earlier this month, President Trump announced a total blockade off Venezuela's coast in an effort to stop the country from selling oil, its main source of revenue. CBS's Willie James Inman is traveling with the president in West Palm Beach with more on today's developments. Willie James.
Jerika, good evening to you. A U.S. official tells me the Coast Guard is actively pursuing another sanctioned oil vessel as the Trump administration works to turn up pressure on the government of Venezuela.
This weekend, the White House escalating its crackdown on Venezuela's oil industry. The U.S. Coast Guard is pursuing a third vessel a U.S. official says was flying a false flag and under a judicial seizure order. The pursuit takes place one day after the seizure of a second oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. In a statement, White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly said the second tanker was carrying sanctioned oil and that the vessel was operating as part of a Venezuelan shadow fleet. The move leading to increased tensions with the government of Nicolas Maduro, which called Saturday's actions by the U.S. theft and piracy. Last week, President Trump announced a blockade of sanctioned vessels going into or out of Venezuela.
Just a blockade. We're not going to let anybody going through that shouldn't be going through.
The administration accuses the government of involvement in trafficking drugs to the U.S. The first tanker seized earlier this month is expected to arrive at a port in Texas on Sunday. The White House previously said the administration would follow a legal process for seizure of the oil. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle expressing concern about the escalation.
I consider it a provocation and a prelude to war, and I hope we don't go to war with Venezuela.
We should be using sanctions and other tools at our disposal to punish this dictator who is violating the human rights of his civilians and has run the Venezuelan economy into the ground.
And Jerika, a new CBS News poll shows that 73% of Americans believe the Trump administration has not clearly explained the possible use of military action in Venezuela.
Willie James Inman traveling with the president.